Holy shit. That was a fucking shit Super Bowl. I'm old enough to remember the 89 Niners 55-10. I was just a kid, but the blowout against the Broncos 55-10. Somehow this one felt even worse. I don't know. Just so bad. I mean, Patrick Mahomes looked awful until, long bomb to Xavier Worthy, but Jesus Christ. Throwing balls at people's feet. I think the turning point of the game had to be the dropped pass, though, or just missed connection, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it dropped pass by DeAndre Hopkins when it was, third down and towards the end of the second half. Because if they would have scored there and held the Eagles, get the ball back at half and scored again, it would have been a 7-point game, 8-point game, something like that, 6-point game. Within a score and a 2-point conversion. But nope, they don't get it. And then Mahomes throws the interception from his end zone at the end of the half. So literally worst case scenario. Mahomes not only looked mortal, but looked fucking awful. He looked like shit. I mean, wow. Eagles fly, go birds, go birds. But I'm going to call my uncle right now. We're going to talk about it. Let's see what he has to say. So, ding, dong, ding, dong. Hold on. We're calling him up now. Okay. Yeah, what a shit game by Mahomes. And the Chiefs in general. Not even the Chiefs in general. It was just Mahomes. It was just Mahomes. The defense stopped the run. There was some bad calls in the beginning, but nothing. Here we go. Let's see what Doc has to say about this bullshit of a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
That was the fucking lamest thing. Like, that was worse than even though the score wasn't as bad, but as the 55-10 Niners against Broncos. Like, Mahomes not only looked mortal, he looked fucking lame, dude. Like, really lame.
Oh, I know. This was almost as bad as the Niners and the Cardinals last game of the season.
Ugh. Was Purdy in that game?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He wasn't in that game. Yeah, that was a bad one, but they were out of it and whatever. I just, like, with all the hype and all, like that game. I think the pin or the whatever turning point of the game was, like, okay, if Mahomes if they can get a touchdown here at the end of the first half, they get the ball second half and score another touchdown, we'll have a game. And Hopkins dropped that pass on 3rd and 9 or something.
Well, I think that pick six.
Well, the pick six was absolutely for sure, and they
weren't out of the game, though.
And then the end of the first half pick from Mahomes in his own end zone, like, just. God damn, they played like shit.
I remember him scrambling around on the 5-yard line against the Niners two Super Bowls ago.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
And it was like 4th and 31, and they get 32 yards.
I know.
Unbelievable. That still, burns at me.
That's what I was thinking. When I was watching this game, was like, why is Mahomes not gonna be able to come back against the Eagles, but he did it against us? Like, because we dominated that game twice. Yes, that's right.
Games.
We dominated both those games, and
they hung close. That was the only difference.
Yeah, they hung close.
We came out at the end. We tried to play not to lose after we got a lead.
I'll tell you what, whoever had prop bets on how many times they were gonna the feed was gonna cut to Taylor Swift, whoever bet the under is sure happy, because they didn't cut to her once after halfway through the first quarter. What a downer of a Super Bowl. That was.
Yeah, it was not exciting. I mean, when it's 9 minutes to go and the game's over, and you're just like, let's see. I don't want to do it. I don't think I need another drink. I don't.
Yeah, and it went by so fast too, because for a Super Bowl at least, because they ran it so much, whatever. Like the clock didn't stop that much. I was still like making chicken wings, and there's like 2 minutes left to go in the game. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I mean, I saw the whole game, but I didn't even have time to finish my wings. Yeah. That was lame.
So it was a pretty lackluster ball game. It was all pretty one-sided.
Well, I mean, I guess you give the MVP to Hurts, but you should really give like the anti.
Defensive line.
Yeah, for sure that, and then just like the opposite MVP, like Mahomes just made it. Those 2 picks, then just he took so many sacks. Or did he throw?
I mean, they were on him as soon as it snapped. And
I think didn't he fumble too, like a fumble recovery, or he was just getting? Yeah, it was just.
I think he fumbled, but I don't know if it was recovered. Maybe it was. I think it was. The fate was already handed out.
Yeah, when it was 36-0, I wasn't paying as close attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs were exposed. They've been living on luck.
Totally, I said that. Totally exposed. If you're a Chiefs fan, you say all season long like what a dynasty and a powerhouse they are. If you're not a Chiefs fan and you watch like critically and unbiasedly, you're like, no, the Chiefs aren't good this year. Look at Mahomes' stats. Look at his stats. Look at the end of the games. Like, they're always winning by 1, 2, 3 points. Like, they had a lucky season.
12 one-score wins.
Yeah, 12 one-score wins. That's all you got to say. Exactly. They weren't that good, and then they just got fucking hosed. Man, that was rough.
Jazz, I'm at my dinner destination.
Good deal.
Can I call you back in a bit?
Yeah, all good. But
all right.
What a stinker. All right, dude. Bye.
No question. Okay, dude. Later.
So, yeah. What a shit show of a game. Well, there's no stats to even talk about. Okay, but let's just see. I don't have anything written down, or I'm not even going to look at anything online. I'll just try to remember some key points of the game and talk about them. So, obviously, the game started off 4th and 2 when the Chiefs had it, and in the first quarter. Or no, when the Eagles had it, 4th and 2 in the first quarter, first drive, and I'm telling my dad, he says, I hope there's not a bunch of flags, and hope they're not calling penalties on everything. And I said, no, or my mom said that. And then I said, no, they usually, you won't see that many flags in a Super Bowl. They like to let the players play, keep their flags in their pants, and let the players play. First drive, 4th and 2, beautiful pass from Hurts to I think it was it was Brown, I think. And they called offensive pass interference. That was such bullshit. Even Brady and the head of refereeing agreed, which you hardly ever hear. You never hear the referee go against, or the TV commentator referee go against the referee's call on the field. But that was bullshit. So I thought, oh, of course, it's rigged for the Chiefs. They're going to cut to Taylor Swift 1,000,000 times. This is totally rigged for the Chiefs. And then there was the makeup call on the next drive for the against the Chiefs. I forget what even that was. It doesn't even matter, because it was the game was. The game was over when Patrick Mahomes was throwing balls at people's feet, dirt balls, right off the bat. You could just tell what's going on. Our receivers not getting open, and then when they were open, he's throwing them at their feet. Like, everyone's biorhythms were off. They all had a shit night's sleep. Something, I don't know. They just weren't up for the fight. Mahomes wasn't up for the fight. Really, he sucked. He sucked. You got some brilliance at the end with that long bomb to Worthy and a couple other things, but he sucked. He fucking sucked today. Let's call it like it is. So lame. So, yeah, there's not too much more to talk about. Hurts was good. Like I said, I'm not looking up the stats, but he probably had around 210 yards passing. I don't know. Like I said, I stopped kind of watching after the first half, after the Chiefs weren't able to score and the Eagles did score. And then especially after the Chiefs didn't score when they got the ball back, or when they got the ball to start the second half and didn't score. I was like, oh, this game's over. And it was. Yeah. So we'll talk next on This Is Calling It Like It Is. And again, this is my first podcast ever doing it, so feel free to hate it and don't listen to it if you don't want to. All right, signing off. Next game will be probably some Golden State Warriors game to see if they can stay in the hunt in the Western Conference and dig themselves out of that 500 hole, 500 hole that they've been, or not hole, just dig themselves out of 500 that they've been wallowing in for the entire season. See you guys.